Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and or good night whenever you are tuning to this video. Welcome to Abstract Medicine. My name is Cristallina Fischetti. That is Cristallina Fischetti. Here on Abstract Medicine as your natural psychic healer of choice, as well as being an artist and also podcaster. So today we're going to be looking at a general message for the collective, and it's going to be all about karma particularly. So let's get into it. I felt called to do a reading for all of you today by Spirit, as I also believe that you're going through similar patterns or situations, experiences that I am going in with or into or experiencing myself. We're currently in the shadow aspect of Mercury being or just about to go into retrograde, and there have been north and south nodes changes as well with regard to the sign of Gemini, and also we are currently now in the season of Sagittarius. So let's have a look at these cards that fell out from Spirits before, well, let's just get into it. Spirit's like, yeah, you're ready to read. You're ready to read. Okay, so we're using the Crow Tarot deck, by the way. We're using the Crow Tarot deck. And I have already pulled out the Judgment card for you, which is all about karma. Okay, so at least for me as a reader. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Four of Cups. Okay. King of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. Okay, so just let's just get into it. So the King of Pentacles is a father or a father figure, or even a husband, a partner who carries the masculine energy, okay? The Four of Cups, as you know already, if you read tarot or if you've been listening to my tarot readings for at least 3 years now here on YouTube, as well as on Abstract Medicine over on Instagram, that's abstract_medicine, if you want to go and follow for some more information there about my art practice, as well as some tarot pulls too. There is the feeling of boredom, upset, sadness, and crying, essentially, lots and lots of tears. All right, we have the Six of Cups here, which is childhood, children, as well as nostalgia and the past. So some of us are crying over something that has happened from our past, from our childhood, and there's some karma that's being released at this time because of that situation, regarding a father, a husband, or maybe there's a father or a husband. This is a signifier here. So a father, a husband, a masculine who is triggering some karma from your childhood, okay? All right. One moment. I just want to get something. As I've left my wand that I use, so I'm going to be using this instead. So what I'm seeing here is that there is a father figure here who has upset a child, or there is a husband here, or both, who is triggering something from your past or your childhood. All right. Okay, let's have a look at this card. 10 of Cups, gorgeous card. This would mean family. Okay, this does involve family or a family dynamic. I've cut my nails, so I can't even pick up the cards. Even when I've got long nails, I can't pick up the cards, can I? Here you go. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, the Seven of Swords. And we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is making a lot of sense. So what I'm seeing here is, one moment, is that there is a potential disharmony within a family dynamic. The Ten of Cups is family. It's about emotions. It's about being together in harmony. And I see that here in this card here, there are four. There's two sets of couples here. Some of you may be in a culture where your family all will live together in one big house or one big property or one big land mass, and so you're very, very close physically, but this could also be emotional closeness too, particularly with your family. This could also be a merging of families or a blending of families for some of you. Some of you, this could involve a same-sex partnership where your family are not in keeping or understanding, appreciating, respecting your relationship because they don't believe in I don't even know if I want to say gay rights, but it's that they just don't believe that being gay is legitimate, or queer, or bisexual, lesbian, etc., etc., etc. Because I feel like you come from a culture, for some of you, where it is a big no-no that you are anything but straight. And so it's almost sacrilegious against your religion, against your culture, or something like that. And there is some sort of karma that's coming up because of it, and it's obviously very painful and upsetting for you. Even though these are minor arcanas, so far, you know, the main card that I pulled on what I was about to read for you today, collective, is all about karma. So there's karma that's being released here. Now with the Seven of Swords, I'm actually going to have a look at the booklet for this from the Crow Tarot deck. By the way, the Crow Tarot deck is created by MJ Cullinane, and unfortunately her work has been reprinted without her knowledge, without her consent, and so there are some copyright issues that she's experiencing with her tarot deck, and it is very upsetting. And also, like for me, for example, in abstract medicine, like many tarot readers, you know, a lot of our work has been copied, and as an artist as well, my work's been copied many times. But the tarot community, a lot of our tarot readings have been copied, our profiles have been copied, and therefore we have had people who have tried to pretend that they are us, which would be the Seven of Swords, as pretense, lying, cheating, deceit, going behind ethics, morals, behind your back, you know, to do something immoral. Shady, essentially, shady business. So that there is eventually or essentially the motive of illicit communication for tarot readings. So I've had someone who's cloned my account, and I've been a little bit worried that they've been approaching other people under the guise of it being me when it's not me. And I will never, ever, ever, ever reach out to you through WhatsApp, through Instagram, through YouTube, so that you can get a tarot reading for me. If you know who I am and you've been following me for a few years, or you're new to the channel here on Abstract Medicine or YouTube or wherever, even in private readings, you know I would never reach out to you for a private reading. I would never reach out to you for a booking. So please do not fall for it. Please also check my name and the spelling of my name. There have been people that have been trying to, as I said before, pretend that they're me, but the spelling of my name is completely incorrect and misspelt. So I'm just going to hand it over to you that this is your own free will, and you're going to have to use discernment on that. It's got nothing to do with me, with these weird accounts, okay? And unfortunately, it just comes with the territory. When you're in the light, there are people that want to work with the shadow, and they want to emulate your light, but it's a false light, it's not true light. And so they'll pretend to be you, they'll copy you because they've got nothing else that they feel. They do have talents of their own, by the way, and this is all connected. Don't think that anything that is going on within any of my readings isn't connected. Everything that I'm saying with regard to, unfortunately, myself, but also MJ Cullinane's work, being copied and there are copyright issues, there is a connection, there is a resonance here for a lot of you that you have yourselves, maybe as creatives or tarot readers yourselves or whatever. I'm hearing scapegoat, so I feel like you've been scapegoated, you've been taken advantage of, and this is triggering you. This is triggering you right now because we have the seven of did I say the Seven of Wands? Even if I said the Seven of Swords, it still means true because I also read the cards intuitively. Okay, but this is the Seven of Wands. So again, this is about putting your boundaries up, making sure that you're being assertive, making sure that you are knowing your worth. Queen of Swords would indicate someone who is needing to put their guard up. Okay, maybe not being too much of a softie, which is your natural state, is more like everything is fine, everything is awesome, like that Lego movie. Everything is awesome, you know, and it is awesome, but maybe some of you are having to step into your dark feminine, your Lilith energy. As I say, that's 1111 on the timer there, which is telling me that there is something here that you're needing to say something already. You may have said something, you've spoken your truth, you're wanting justice. The Queen of Swords would indicate Libra, Gemini or Aquarius, which you may have predominantly in your natal chart, which, by the way, I'm currently reading, and thank you so much for your private bookings on this. I'm currently reading your astrological natal chart. So for those of you who are wanting a general synopsis on your astrological natal chart, giving me your date of birth, your exact name, and the exact location of where you were born, and also maybe a few tarot questions. I'll also read the tarot for you. I'll be able to read into your life path, give you some life guidance and your life purpose as well, according to where the stars were aligned at the exact time and date of your birth. Okay, so that would be really fun to do for you. And some of you may have Aquarius, Libra or Gemini in your chart. To be honest with you, because these three cards came up, I feel like this is the main point of the reading, is that you have a father or a husband or someone who's giving you money or financially supporting you, where there could be maybe a need to assert your boundaries and say, look, I am not here to be codependent. I'm here as an independent person, maybe even independent female. The Queen of Swords obviously is a feminine energy. It's a queen. She is a queen, but take it as it resonates, regardless of, or whatever your gender is or how you identify yourself as. But I see here that there is you putting up the walls up to a husband or a father figure or both to say, you don't own me. You don't own me, and you don't control my money. You don't control or tell me what to do. You don't control or tell me who I get to be with in a relationship, in a marriage. You don't get to tell me who I am. And with the Six of Cups, this is telling me that there is some sort of nostalgia that you're going back to. Now, remember, with the Six of Cups, it can also indicate someone who is looking back to the past with fond memories, but sometimes with a bit of a tainted perception, and also maybe with tainted window perception. So take it as it resonates. This could be tainted perception as something that is, maybe your childhood was tainted by a bad experience because of some controlling issues with regard to a masculine person in your life, or a masculine presence in your life, that they may also be a woman, but they have a very dominant and domineering energy about them. So someone who's very controlling, and I can't use the words on YouTube, but you can probably understand and decipher the exact words that I want to say, but it starts with an A and it ends with an E. So you may have had a tainted childhood where someone was trying to overpower you. And there is a difference here. There's an age gap here between someone who is much older, in their 50s plus, with someone who is a child. And of course, naturally, there will be reminders or triggers at this time from an experience which was very difficult. And so you may have been an only child, or you may have felt like an only child in your childhood. Even though there were lots of people in your family, or, you know, there were lots of gatherings in your family and everyone I just heard pretended to look as if they were a united front, or they pretended that and they looked as if they were okay. Maybe this is a separation within a marriage where a couple are pretending that they are harmonious within their marriage, but actually they're not harmonious in a marriage. Yeah, they're actually disconnected within a marriage. They're upset within the marriage. There's some sort of like fakeness about their relationship. And I think that this is something that you're essentially letting go of. So that's what I'm seeing here. You're letting go of these false pretensions or even ostentatious behavior, where you're looking back at your childhood and therefore looking back at your parents and seeing, well, did I really have a good childhood? Let's be clear here with the Queen of Swords. Let's cut this cloud or clouded perception of our past, our childhood, that maybe we used to think in hindsight, or we used to hold in our heart space in hindsight, that it was a beautiful childhood, when actually it wasn't. It wasn't a beautiful childhood, because we've got some poppies here on the ground, and these poppies for me are indications of morphine, or indications of, something that was an illusion. Something that was an illusion, something that actually was maybe even prescribed to you, maybe even as a medicine, a drug essentially, that was just prescribed to you in childhood, and one of your parents gave you the go-ahead to have this prescription drug, maybe even through a doctor or a nurse here with the Queen of Swords, when you were actually at a time when you shouldn't have been prescribed this medicine, this drug. Okay, because you were too young. And I don't know why I'm picking up on this, but this is something I'm picking up on for one of you specifically, that you were offered or given something, medicine or even drinks here with the cups, in does indicate alcohol as well, in childhood, that you should never have had. And this was prescribed to you, or given to you with this Ace of Cups coming through in the Four of Cups card, by someone who you thought you could have or should have trusted. And this person was someone who was not to be trusted. Now, this could also be a brother, a father, or an uncle, or something like that, where there is some sort of abuse of power here. And I did just use the word, but anyway, it was kind of out of the actual context of my previous statement with regard to childhood. But I do feel like there is something here where someone was overexerting their controlling stance through alcohol, through medicine, through drugs, through power, through emotional words, the words that they were using, painful words that they were using. The things that they were saying were very painful to experience, to receive, particularly from childhood. Now, you may have also looked at your parents as well, thinking with rose-tinted glasses that they were a happy couple. Maybe you thought that in childhood, but actually they weren't. They were just putting up a front. The other thing I'm picking up on here with the Six of Cups and the poppies here, and with the medicine and the drugs here essentially, is Pisces. So the shadow aspect, because every single sign has a light aspect, as you know, and a shadow aspect. Now, the shadow aspect of Pisces is disillusionment, a false perception of reality, escapism into the spiritual world, the dream world, imagination world, and also later in adulthood is someone who could essentially be very cold, very unattached to their emotions, very disengaged, attracting relationships here with the Ten of Cups. Don't worry, I mean, even if these cards are upright, I read the cards upright and as if they were reversed, back upside down as well. I'm reading it intuitively. So maybe even in childhood, you may have experienced something where where there were horrible things that were going on in your life, and you realize that essentially your natural state is to love and to be loved and to be very emotionally opened. I'm picking up on star seeds here that are very, very, very connected to their heart chakra. And I think that somewhere along the line into adulthood, between pre-adolescence to adolescence to adulthood, you had to cut off your emotions, you had to cut off your spirituality, your spiritual connection as well, and disengage with your heart chakra. I feel like you had a very early, life crisis. Midlife crises do happen during midlife, but they also happen in childhood. They happen in late 20s, which is called the Saturn return. They can happen whenever they happen, and these are brought about by trauma or traumatic events and experiences. Now, something along the line right now, as an adult, because I'm reading for you as adults right now, is you are recutting your emotions, you're recutting your heart chakra in connection with maybe a family member or a husband, a partner, a wife, I'm hearing for some of you, someone who you're very close to, maybe even a friend, who may have really mistreated your kindness for stupidity, your sense of love for emotional immaturity, and being inept at actually being an adult and being a mature individual. I'm seeing here that these things are being triggered again right now with the Judgment card, because you're currently going through another reawakening right now. I'm sorry to say everyone, but collectively, for those of you who are empaths, sensitives, creatives, spiritualists, mystics, intuitives, yogis, yoginis, psychics, whatever kind of spiritual reader or person that you are, who are star seeds, because this is the energy that I'm picking up on, you are currently going through this with me, and you're currently going through this difficult reawakening and experience that is very, very, very triggering. And I just want to let you know that you're not the only one that's going through this. You're not the only one who's going through this. This is happening so that you are being reminded by Spirit that you are constantly in a moment and a momentum of change and evolution. And maybe you had to say it how it is to people. Maybe you've had to cut people off from your life because they are no longer giving you the actual true 10 of Cups that you deserve, true emotional fulfillment. It was always about them, or it was always about their projection, or something where they were only giving you halves. Them seeing half apples here, they weren't giving you the whole apple. So they were only giving you crumbs rather than giving you the whole meal. So I'm seeing, that's what I'm seeing here. And we have the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups does indicate a true love connection. I see that here, that there is something here that you amalgamate, what is the word? Amalgamating? You're definitely manifesting and you're reconnecting with something within yourself that is going to be realigned. And this is currently part of your soul contract, and also your current awakening that you're experiencing right now. Collective is that you're re-emerging and you're going into true cleansing within yourself that is indicating growth. And growth is very painful because growth involves a cracking open, a breaking open, a shedding, a moment or moments or few days, weeks, months of vulnerability, and highly sensitive experiences or high sensitivity, as well as psychic awareness and psychic knowing that many people, even within your own family or your own very close friends or people from your childhood that you used to frequent or used to hang out with or used to meet or eat and drink together, they are not currently accepting this. They're not currently accepting this new version of who you are becoming. And who you are becoming is actually your truest self. And maybe they're calling you a bitch. Maybe they're calling you all these things. They're sending you a lot of the evil eye. And these are people who are unhealed and unwilling to do the self-healing. These are people who are unwilling to get help. These people who are unwilling to get healing, essentially. And I see here that for those of you who are in a happy relationship, they don't want you to be happy, or they don't see your happiness equating to what their understanding of happiness is. Now, their understanding of happiness for a lot of the people from your past or even family members does involve financial security. Maybe for some of you, these people, particularly a patriarch in your family, believes that emotional fulfillment, happiness in particular here with the Ten of Cups, involves a false sense of tribe. What I mean by that is accepting small amounts of kindness and love or appreciation that is very, very small in quantity that actually don't qualify for what you actually deserve here with the Ten of Cups. Because the 4 and the 10 is a huge, 4 of Cups and the 10 of Cups is a huge jump, massive jump. There's another few more stages in order to reach the 10 of Cups, a few more, 6 more stages to reach a 10 of Cups. You are already embodying the 10 of Cups. You came into this world, collective, as a 10 of Cups energy. You came into this world as a 10 of Cups energy, and you were sharing your 10 of Cups energy, your happiness, your joy, your light, your rainbow energy, your starlight energy, your crystal child energy, your rainbow child energy, your new age energy. And people wanted to quash that. They said, no, you have to play small. No, you have to only accept this amount that I'm going to give you, because these people are scared of your light. These people are worried about you outshining them. These people are worried about you reteaching them into something that actually has been outgrown. Their beliefs are antiquated. Their way of thinking is no longer within the paradigm and level and world that you live in. Now, because we have different dimensions within this dimension, please do not mistake. Just because you think maybe we're living in a 3D, 4D world, you, collective, I'm here to tell you, for those of you who are resonating with this reading, you are carrying 10-dimensional energy. You are carrying very high vibrational energy. And these people that you are triggering into awakening, and you're closing out cycles with them, because the 20, the judgment card, is Pluto energy, is plutonic. It's the energy of death and rebirth. You're triggering them into an awakening. You're triggering them into a wake-up call, and they have free will. And some of them just are not happy that you're happy. Some of them are not happy by the fact that you are naturally very glass half full person. You're a very happy, jovial person. These people are not happy by the fact that you are attracting an actual true love connection, true love relationship, whereby maybe they were just settling in a relationship before. Maybe these are parents that were settling within a relationship that just really wasn't really in their highest nature or their highest calling or highest timeline, but they were settling and they settled. Maybe you're resonating with this, but if you're resonating, please do press the like button. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel as well. But a lot of you who haven't really met your person yet, or are in a connection with your true love, this is something that they know, that this is what you are attracting, and it's just inevitable. This is part of your awakening. You're part of a great awakening, is what Spirit is saying, where your partner and your potential partner in a monogamous connection in this particular aspect is also going through an awakening. So you're both, when you come together, you actually continue to wake people up. And some people will be on the journey with you and some people just won't. And that's just how it is. And this is the Queen of Swords energy, is very blunt, very decisive, very clear. And maybe for some of these people, actually, they are the ones who are sensitive, because they're sensitive to your potential. They're sensitive to the words that you're saying, because the only thing that you're speaking out, collective, is truth. The Queen of Swords is truth. For those of you who are resonating with this message, I do feel like in your childhood, and this parent here, they may have tried to continue to infantilize you and treat you like a child even into adulthood, which is very disrespectful. The 7 of Wands would indicate you saying like, no, this is not okay anymore. I am a queen here. I am an adult. And I have my own throne here. I put my own crown on my head. Whereas maybe you have had other people that have put that crown on your head for you. You have already crowned yourself here. Yeah. Let's have a look at the 7 of Wands. The Seven of Wands here in this deck, because remember, each tarot card, each tarot deck is different. Now, even though I am stumbling along my words a little bit here in this reading, as you can tell, and we're currently in the shadow of Mercury being in retrograde, you, collective, have been very clear and decisive about the words that you have said and spoken out about. The Seven of Wands, the crow tries to defend his territory at the top of the mountain. The approaching crows below are all too eager to knock him down and take his spot. Now you see that? Now, collective, this is someone who you're dealing with from your past. Maybe even this was a past husband as well. Just take it as it resonates, okay? They're worried, they're scared that you're going to knock them off from a high position because they themselves will lose power, they themselves will lose control. But they're coming across with the energy of lack and a false sense of abundance here with a coin. They do not value themselves really, truly, inwardly. They are only valuing what they're seeing outside of themselves as a reflection of who they are. They're not actually seeing, so say for example, they bought themselves a house or they set up their own business, whatever, those are all great things, don't get me wrong, but they're coming across as people who are very materialistic. That is a false sense of true inner knowing or true self-worth. Your self-worth, collective, comes from a place of true appreciation. It comes from a sense of innocence. It comes from a sense of understanding that you deserve the best and that you deserve sweet treatments and love and appreciation. And maybe you yourselves have been victims of a lot of painful, controlling situations. Now, as I said, you're the one who is ascending, and this person or these people, maybe even as a group of people or collective or even family or tribe, are worried that you're going to knock them off their spot, their high spot. These people are very, very insecure, and that's why, therefore, they are sending you the evil eye. Now, what you can do in order to admonish the evil eye is to surround yourself with salt, surround yourself with good vibrations, maybe have a salt bath, do some cleansing around your house, like do whatever you need to do. Come to me for a shamanic healing session. Let's look into it further if you like, if you wish to, with a tarot reading or an oracle reading. Let's get your energy clear. So that's what I'm seeing here, and I'm seeing here that this card, it says here, is a reminder that although you've made it, and you have, collective, you're not even realizing that you are on top. You're no longer that child anymore. You are on top. You have made it. You have found your own self-wish fulfillment here on your own, for a lot of you, or with a lack of support, maybe from your childhood. Okay? Even though, this is a reminder that even though you've made it, you must not be complacent, as there will be those who believe your position should be theirs. What did I say? The Seven of Wands asks that you remain self-confident and have courage when facing challenges. It won't always be easy at the top, but you've earned the right to be there. Now, for a lot of you, that is very important to be reminded of, that you have earned the right to be there. And when you realize and experience and acknowledge the fact that you have the right to be on top and in a position of power in a way that is very respectable and graceful, and it hasn't come about through thrusting in or pushing your way to the top or stomping over dead bodies, as it were, to get to that top, you are actually acknowledging everyone around you who have been teachers, even hard lessons, experiences, supportive people, 10 of Cups, supportive group of people who may even be now your chosen family, who have helped and supported you, also who are also leaders on top to get you where you need to get to. These are people who believed in you all along. No surprise here, we have the death card. So, you know, for a lot of you, there could be an actual death maybe happening within a family. There could be an actual you know, I mean, the death card, it is what it is. It's not always a death in a family, or it's not always an actual death, but it is what, I can't not say that it's not death. It is there for a lot of you. This could be a transition here. And for a lot of you, I will put the trigger warning down below as well. For a lot of you, this is also, again, as I said before, a shedding that you are experiencing, which is a confirmation of what I mentioned earlier. So you are going through a transformative time at the moment. For a lot of you, you're going through transformative meetings, transformative relationships, transformative connections. A lot of you are meeting up with people who you love and respect, and they love and respect you back. And there is a natural transformation happening in your relationship for the better, because you're growing together. And for some, you just won't be. We have two major arcanas here. We have the Judgment card and the Death card. These are very difficult energies. They're very Pluto energy, very Scorpio energy. Pluto rules Scorpio and is also exalted in Mars. So check your Mars placements. Have a look at your astral natal chart. If you can't read your astrological natal chart, come to me for a reading. I'd be happy and glad, and I'd be very honoured to read your astrological natal chart in order to guide you along the way. More specifically, according to your actual snapshot of your date of birth, when you were born. And we have Scorpio here. We have double Scorpio here. These are big changes. Scorpio energy does talk about a lot of trauma, a lot of things from your past, a lot of deep emotional wounds. And I see that for some of you, there could have been a level of sacrifice here where you may have given to people who just didn't deserve it, or given to people, or gave to people because that's your natural state, is to give. But the question is, from Spirit, were you getting anything back in equal measure? Were you getting anything back in equal measure? And it's not to say that you were doing things so that you could get something else back. You're always doing things with a space in your heart, an understanding in your heart of unconditional love. These people do not understand that. They don't understand true unconditional love. They believe that giving you money or giving you a false sense of family, or a false sense of friendship, or a false sense of community is love. And it may be for them. That may be an element of truth in there for them. It's their truth, it's their reality. But your truth is not half a cup, or half an apple, or half an eaten apple. Your truth is a full banquet meal here with the 10 of Cups. It's one apple times 10. It's 10 apples. It's an abundance. This is giving me the energy of cornucopia here. So you come in with the energy in your life and in your life's purpose as well, to give, to be resplendent, to be abundant, to show others how to create abundance. And right now, this is a very painful experience for you. This is a shedding you are experiencing, because there is an end of a certain way, or an end of a chapter here with the 10 of Cups, with a particular group of people, a patriarch, or even the patriarchy at large, where you're no longer conforming to the status quo. We've got these two cards here that want to come out. Knight of Wands. The Strength card and the 5 of Swords. Now, it is very difficult, I think, for you, collective, at this time to be strong, to feel like you can go ahead and do it, and can go ahead and, you know, continue. You're having lots of dark thoughts at this time. A lot of us are going through deep depression collectively, or being re-triggered into a deep depression, or there's a lot of sadness here. There's a lot of sadness here. I mean, I can testify that for myself, you know, and I don't make this stuff up. I don't make these things happen. It's just, these are things that I'm clearing out within my karma Akashic record. It's not my fault. Honestly, it's theirs. my responsibility is to know that I deserve better, and I deserve to be treated in the way that I get to be treated at the highest level, because I am a graceful queen myself. And that's why I'm saying to you, and this is why I'm here to channel these messages for you from Spirit today, now, here and now, is that you yourselves also are very giving. You're also very passionate here with the Knight of Wands. You're very creative. You're very, very ambitious, and you love to travel. You come across as very strong, but not many people on the outside really understand or appreciate the fact that you've been transforming consistently, and it's very difficult, it's very hard. A lot of people would have died on the first challenge. They would have faltered, they would have fallen over on the first challenge, and you're very highly committed here. You keep going, you keep driving through, no matter what has ended in your life, no matter what kind of friendships or relationships or family dynamics or connections or sense of community or false love has been experienced in your world. You are ascending out of those worlds and into a higher one. And this is what the karma that is playing out right now, collective. Here with the Five of Swords, this does talk about trickery. This talks about deception, trickery, lies, deceit. People who are just very selfish. And as I said before, you are not selfish people, collective. You're not selfish people. You're people who have been judged harshly. You've been judged harshly for the wrong reasons. You've been misunderstood for many of you by your own family. I mean, I know I have, and it's not easy. It's very lonely at the top. It's very lonely at the top. But you would rather be alone than be in a toxic relationship or a toxic family dynamic or a toxic... You know, at the time of this reading, we're just about to approach Christmas, or in the States, we are already in the holidays because Thanksgiving was just a couple of weeks ago, right? So the holiday period is very triggering for a lot of people who have lost family, have had divorces. It's very triggering for people who have experienced a lot of trauma from childhood, a lot of death in the family, a lot of sadness, a lot of feelings of abandonment, and all of those things. And you're no longer wanting to, again, accept crumbs. You want the whole meal. You're no longer wanting to just accept the bare minimum. Like, it's just not going to happen anymore for a lot of you. And here with the Five of Swords, these people are very selfish, but you know what? You're learning to just focus on yourself as well now. And these people are being very, very triggered about it. They may want to ask you out and meet up with you, and you're like, no, point blank, zero, no, it's not going to happen. The Strength card, right now, I feel like you are struggling with a lot of self-doubt, and you're struggling with your own sense of courage, but you're going to pull through. Spirit is here. You may resonate with Yeshua or Jesus. And he symbolizes to me as the animal, the lion. So you must have strength, unwavering strength at this time. It's really important that you do. We have the 6, 7, 8 of Pentacles here. For me, this is a great card because the 8 of Pentacles traditionally would be you're waiting for your harvest. Your harvest is going to come through and your patience is being rewarded, and it is about to be rewarded very, very soon. Your time is coming. Your time will come. It's happening now. I'm also hearing the truth is coming soon as well about a situation. If you've been waiting for that truth to come through, it's coming through. And I see, because you are working on your sense of self-worth, it is coming through to you tenfold. So expect a lot of wealth, expect a lot of riches coming through, because you are now just focusing on you. You're no longer here to be saving people. You're no longer here having a savior complex. People need to save themselves. You can't be there to explain who you are to other people. You just come in as you are. And people don't understand that. They don't understand how you can have unconditional love without wanting something from someone else in return. They have no capacity to understand what that means. But it's not up to you to explain to them who you are. They either get you or they don't. Point blank, simple. Correct? Let's get 2 more cards, please, Spirit. 2 more cards, please, for the collective. Yeah, look, I mean, you can't make it up. We've got the Tower card. I mean, look at that. The time is now. I just heard Blondie's song, the tide is high and I'm holding on. I'm going to be your number one. So for a lot of you, there's an energy around you, particularly with a romantic love potential, or someone who is already in your life, romantically speaking, or even you are already in a relationship with this person who is waiting for the right time. There's something about divine timing is at play at this time, where you're eventually going to come into union, you're going to come together. For a lot of you, I feel like you are already with this person, and I feel like they're going to propose. I also had this message that everything just came crumbling down. Whatever has crumbled down with all this chaos, all these crows, you know, flying around this tower here, this clock tower. This is a clock tower. The clock tower looks like Big Ben here in England and London. This is because the timing wasn't right for a lot of you to come into physical union with your romantic partner, your person that you have in mind, or someone that you've been wanting to manifest or attract into your life as a true love partnership. It hasn't been the right time. For others of you, you've gone through a really, really difficult time. You've gone through a complete major overhaul of an awakening. Some of you have lost your jobs, some of you have lost your home, some of you have experienced homelessness, some of you have experienced, I mean, God bless and protect the collective, please, God, Spirit. Some of you, this could have been a rude awakening, I'm hearing, on a spiritual front, that you found it very, very difficult. You found it very, very difficult to go through whatever this thing was. And I feel like this is something you are overcoming, collective. That's what I'm seeing. You're overcoming this doubt. You're overcoming this mental health issue as well, I'm seeing here. And you're focusing on yourself, which is a connection to self, the one, Spirit. And the last card is, the Nine of Wands. So Spirit is saying to not give up on your dreams, to not give up at this time. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. Let's have a look at the card here from the book. To not give up on your dreams. To not give up. You're almost there. You're almost at the end. You're almost near to completion, collective. So therefore you cannot give up on your dreams at this time. You will not, because Spirit is giving you an extra boost of strength and courage that they're sending your way, or Spirit is sending your way. Let's have a look at the Nine of Wands, please, Spirit. After much effort, a final task is almost complete. So this could be a project as well, or a chapter that you're about to close out, or an experience that you're about to close out, okay? After much effort, a final task is almost complete. The Nine of Wands denotes a struggle in finishing a project, and despite the consistent successes of the past, there is one last obstacle that needs to be accomplished before moving forward. The Nine of Wands offers encouragement to keep going. Take a moment to bask in all that you have already created. It is from this place you will find the motivation to continue. You are close to the end. This is not the time to give up after working so hard. Replace the negative feeling or resentment with an open mind and visualize a successful completion. When reversed, the Nine of Wands cautions against blaming others for your lack of progress and asks you to look inward, which I feel like you have. All right. So let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So you've been waiting for a long time. You manifested something into your life. You're manifesting great abundance and stability, as well as financial independence for a lot of you. Also, you are attracting more abundance and wealth in your life, financially speaking, but also healthy wealth. People who love you, appreciate you, are supportive of you. I also see travel here in this particular card. It looks like planet Earth. I also see that there is a wand here, where you are very attractive. Maybe this is something that you are going to be showing and showcasing to the world, that you are that bitch, and they should never have doubted you in the first front at the beginning. I'm also seeing here that you are glowing up. You're about to enter a chapter of great attraction. Many people are going to be attracted to you. They're going to be very attracted to the fact that you are here. Mercury energy is here. Maybe this is happening during Mercury retrograde, where you are coming into a lot of great financial wealth, collective, that you have transformed, that these people are seeing you as financially independent. They're very attracted by the fact that you are a self-initiate, creatively, spiritually as well, and that you are also someone who can transform anything that you touch into gold. You carry an energy of alchemy. This is the energy of the phoenix rising, 100% in this collective. There is a little bit more patience that is being asked for from spirit, but I do see here that there is something that is really blooming here soon to come during the Mercury in retrograde season, which is going to be essentially from next week through to, I think, the first week of January. So buckle up, release heartbreak, release grievance. You're almost at the end of or at the current stage of healing, so it's really important that you nourish and nurture yourself at this time. Don't feel like you have to be ashamed or feel guilty about doing this. You just need to focus on your own sense of wholeness here, is what I'm seeing, collective. We also have the Lovers in reverse. So I'm seeing here, look, justice, your karma, people are going to be treating you better. They're going to wish they did. I also do see celebrations and a wedding. I also see legal contracts are going to be working out in your favor. There's going to be payment coming to you that is your divine justice. I do see that people have judged you harshly, and also, you know what, give it up to God and say, look, please forgive me for having judged others when I shouldn't have. Please release me from the sins, redeem yourselves, collective. It's okay. It's okay to release your pride and say, you know what, God, you know what, Spirit, I screwed up. I'm sorry, please forgive me for my sins. There's nothing wrong in saying that. Pray, but pray from a true heart. Don't ever pray to show off to people that you're praying or meditating. Do it from a true and kind soul. Now, the New Testament is calling my name, and I'm going to have a quick flick through in that in the New Testament and see what other messages are coming through, because remember, divination comes through in different ways. But yes, what I'm seeing here is definitely a need to, let's move this card out of the way, to transform, to go deep into your healing, confront your pains, collective, so that it can be released once and for all. And you're going to feel much lighter once you actually do address your feelings, because when we don't address our feelings candidly and we just suppress it, maybe through alcohol, through drinking, through partying, it's not always, it's always the healthiest way of doing things, is it? Okay, Paul's speech, let's see here. Okay. I'm not quite resonating with this. So, God, what is it that... Ooh. Okay, Revelation 6th and 9, the 5th seal. Let's have a look in this and see if any of this resonates for you, okay? Number 6 could also be of resonance. Number 6 is Venus. So you're looking very beautiful. You are also possibly, most definitely, Venusians. You're very naturally beautiful people. But you also come from a place of love, a planet of love. So this is the unconditional love that I mentioned earlier. It's a natural state of yours. You're naturally very beautiful. And I think there are people around you who do resent that, because they think, oh, because she is beautiful or he is handsome or they're handsome, they get things easily done, and it's not true. The first 4 seals and the horseman. Then in my vision I saw the Lamb break open the first of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures shout in a voice like thunder. Remember, we had the Tower card, which is thunder and lightning. Shout in a voice like thunder. Come! I looked, and before my eyes I saw a white horse, and its rider was holding a bow. He was given a crown, and he rode forth as a victor to amass still further conquests. When he broke open the second seal, I heard the second living creature shout, "Come!" And another horse came forth. It was red. Its rider was empowered to take away peace from the earth, so that people could slay each other. He was given a large sword. When he broke open the third seal, I heard the third living creature shout, "Come!" I looked, and there was a black horse, and its rider was holding a pair of scales in his hand. That was a justice card, remember? Then, and one of these was also the death card here. So pay attention. The death card has a horse, and it is a black horse. What kind of horse is it? I think it's usually a white horse. Let me just check. Let me check. I need to check this because it's important. One moment. Collectively, there is a great awakening taking place, and for a lot of you, you are part of this great wake-up call. And I think that you perceive it before others do. I feel like a lot of you are prophets or prophetesses. You're very, very psychic, clairvoyant, and you know, you have the gift of prophecy, so you see things before others do. And I think that you anticipate great change before others do, before the great collective actually does, I'm hearing. And I can't find the death card. I don't know where it is. It's gone. It's disappeared for some strange, bizarre reason. It's just completely gone. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing. The Knight of Cups is a white horse. I think this is important. This is really important for some reason, because Revelation talks about the end of the world, and the Judgment card is the end of the world. Okay, it's at least the end of a paradigm, an end of a chapter, an end of a great ending, I'm hearing. Okay, still can't find this card. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm hearing from Spirit that the message has been sent, and it will resonate for whoever needs to who will resonate with it. Yeah, so the death card, in this particular death card, we actually just have a crow, and obviously the crow is black. Okay, the crow is black. So so we have here, let me just go back. So when he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature shout, "Come!" I looked, and there was a black horse, and its rider was holding a pair of scales in his hand. Then I heard what sounded like a voice emanating from the midst of the four living creatures, saying, "A quart of wheat costs a day's wages, and 3 quarts of barley costs a day's wages, but do not damage the olive oil or the wine." When he broke open the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature shout, "Come!" I looked, and there was a pale green horse. Its rider was named Death. I mean, this is the energy of Hades and Hades. Yeah, this is Hades, taking you to the underworld, taking you into the depths, into the darkness. Followed close behind. So Hades followed close behind. They were given authority over a fourth of the earth to kill with sword, famine and plague, and by means of wild beasts. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is a side note for a lot of you, so please do pay attention and write notes. A lot of you are anticipating another global situation. We've already experienced some sort of plague. There could be famine as the next stage in our evolution on planet Earth, and a lot of you are anticipating this. I'm also seeing inflation greatly heaped up. I'm also seeing people who are unexpectedly dying, essentially because of because of something that is being put out there in the atmosphere. Let's just leave it like that. But I'm seeing that this is also connected. So I'm seeing there's 4 horsemen here. I'm seeing revelation, and I'm seeing a great seismic shift essentially take place. And I feel like a lot of you are already feeling this within yourself. It's because you're feeling it within yourself because you're anticipating this already going to be happening in the world at large. Okay, so let me know how it resonates. Keep me posted. If you like this reading, please do press the like button. If you'd like me to read from the New Testament again, then do let me know in the readings. Then I appreciate that. Do let me know. I love your feedback. And also, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate you. Again, continue to put your boundaries up. We have the Queen of Swords again upright. So I'm seeing here that there is a definite need to keep your projects close to your chest. Put your boundaries up. Don't be tempted into the darkness. Focus on you, work on yourselves. If you like a private reading, shamanic healing session, or any kind of healing from me, you know where to find me. The information is down below. If you'd like to tip me, I will greatly appreciate it. If you'd like to buy me a coffee or lunch, or be generous with however much money you can send my way, I do really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I will catch you in the next reading. Stay strong, collective. Bye for now. Ciao.